So how do I become coherent? A big idea. Quick coherence technique basics. Heart focused breathing shifts your attention away from your mental chatter. So with HeartMath, it's found just by placing your feeling attention on your heart, your conscious feeling attention on your heart area, it helps to takes the spin from your conscious thinking to accelerate that so that you have a more of a sense of, okay, I feel stressed in the moment, but I'm gonna put my conscious feeling attention on my heart area, and that helps to deaccelerate that mental chatter. So maybe right now, if you're comfortable with this, you can put your hands on your heart and you can sit, you can upright yourself. As a chiropractor, I recognize as we upright ourselves, it puts us more in a commanding position. And then even if you just consciously, you can close your eyes and just consciously be aware of your heart area. And that's where you want to go immediately when you start to feel stressed. Just consciously place your feeling attention on your heart area. And sometimes it's easier just to put your hand over your heart. And another little nuance with this, when you're reading something that means something to you, placing your hand in your heart or just considering the area of your heart can help let that be more appreciated in your heart, whatever you're reading or considering. And then second step to become coherent is consider what makes you smile. What do you love for sure? So for some of us who have pets, this is our cat, and we love our cat for sure. But think about what makes you smile. What makes you smile immediately without even actually thinking about it? And you may want to begin to write that down as an emotional, coherent inventory of writing down things that makes you smile, so you have that as a quick access when you may get stressed. So consider that for a second, for a moment. What makes you smile? Okay, so quick coherence, quick steps. Heart focus, breathe slow in and slower out. And when you breathe in that way, it activates your parasympathetic system, which is the part of your nervous system that helps to calm your system. So breathing in slow and slower out. And we're going to practice this, but just going to outline the steps. Activate a positive or renewing feeling. So experience what makes you smile. Heart focus, breathe the positive emotion. So activating. So again, just considering something that makes you smile immediately. And it's not really so much thinking about what makes you smile. It's like when you hit it, when you think of something that really makes you smile, you'll feel the feeling of that. And with HeartMath, it's not so much about thinking, it's more about experiencing, feeling the experience. Okay, let's practice. Okay, so let's upright ourselves. If you're comfortable with this, some people may not be, but if you are, you can put your hands on your heart. If you're not, you can just breathe with us. Upright yourself. You want to close your eyes. And let's just begin to breathe in slow, in through your heart. Imagine breathing in through your heart and breathing out through your heart. So imagine your nose being on your heart. And you're breathing in through your heart. And you're breathing out through your heart. Let's continue doing that. Breathing in and breathing out. And then what comes to your mind and heart, consider what makes you smile. And feel the feeling of that. And feel that feeling and breathe that feeling in through your heart and out through your heart. Breathing in through your heart. And breathing out through your heart. And be easy with yourself. Let things come to consciousness that make you smile. If they don't, just focus on breathing. In slow and out slower. Have a sense of appreciation for your life here and now. And as we come into coherence individually and together, there's a greater experience of life, you can say, of the experience of life, the wonder of life, the beauty of life. And heart math is a door to allow for a greater experience of life, of well-being, of conscious saneness, of heartfelt joy, of deep appreciation for having life. As we feel the depth of emotion that way, we give thanks and breathe. We breathe that feeling in through our hearts. And we actually let it extend out through our hearts, out into the world. So an influence is made of saneness, of soundness, of joy. Let's hold this feeling. It's as we have been able to touch a deeper essence of ourselves and the experience of life. Let's appreciate this time and see what more we can discover and explore and establish inside of ourselves for a greater experience of well-being. As we let our hands open up, and down, and open our eyes, we'll come back to the screen. Okay, let me continue a little more with you. So practice. A state of coherence takes practice, become an established trait. So it takes practice. And a couple of ways to practice is a good time to do what we just did as you're waking and as you're falling asleep. And then even other times during the day as it comes to mind. It can just take a moment. And seeing is believing. So there's actually sensors that you can connect to your iPhone. There's a battery-powered one. This is the one I use every morning for my practice. But there's a sensor that will tell you whether you're in that state of coherence by a sound and by a vision of color codes of green. See green here. Okay? And it will tell you whether you're in high coherence. And when you practice being in that state, it gives you that sense of well-being. But it does take some practice. And to actually see if you are in that state is very, very helpful. Okay. The essence of heart math. Any moment of hating, any moment of lying, any moment of resentment is a moment of dying. Any moment of loving, any moment of giving, any moment of thankfulness is a moment of living. All our moments add together like the digits in a sum, and the answer tells us plainly whether life or death shall come. So it's a poem by Martin Cecil, and to me it epitomizes what heart math is. As we constantly cultivate attitudes of loving, giving, thankfulness, it adds up. It adds up to add to our heart math, our heart mathematics of establishing those patterns within ourselves so that the patterns of things that might make us mad are let go of, or things that we may resent, that actually cause our bodies to decay faster, but to live a healthy, qualitative life, it takes cultivating these feelings, and heart math has a lot to do with that. And then if we look at it in terms of this way here, you can say all of us, you maybe can agree with this, all of us are an essence of light. And that essence needs to be received into our heart. It needs to be felt in our heart first before it becomes a conscious awareness. And how it's felt is through cultivating attitudes of thankfulness, appreciation, patience, which allows for our mind to be quietly directed, our quietly directed conscious mind. Our mind is in position then to act as a rudder for our heart to maintain these attitudes. So you can say our mind is a guardian angel of our heart to keep our hearts fixed in such a way. And when that happens, there's an enhanced conscious awareness of interoception for self-regulation, where we recognize when we're going off in those aberrant patterns, but we catch ourselves and we get back into those patterns of coherence that gives us a sense of self-regulation, especially in times of stress and challenge. It also relates to finding your calm. It assists with having our heart and mind in alignment, so it invigorates our body, it vitalizes our body, and extends. And then ultimately, for all of us, it's all about extending an integrated, life-giving influence. And as more of us are doing that individually, it, it, it will and has a transformative effect on the world. But it's a matter of finding our flow with it all. Let me show you this to help with that. Finding your flow, observing, calibrating, experiencing your conscious awareness. So interoception, recognizing the activities we have, balance with rest, and finding a flow state presence where we're not over amping ourselves. And if we are, we self-regulate to come back to a flow state presence. You can say the flow state present relates to tuning a guitar string, our nerves in that respect. We feel underamped. We might feel like we're not doing enough. We might feel bored. And we look to see how we can self-regulate to come back, to actually pick up what we need to pick up in our lives. But it all starts in our heart, and the compass of our heart relates to HeartMath, self-regulation, where we find a flow, you can say, with each other. The tones we sound with, we harmonize with each other. So life is the expression of tone. That's the essence of chiropractic, but you can say it's the essence of an experience of life, finding our tone, our tonal flow state, knowing our pace with grace, resourcing yourself, inviting coherence. When stress comes along, you can say our heart and our brain, again, our heart influences our brain more than our brain influences our heart, but then our brain has an influence on our intestine. So, you know, folks, maybe yourself have maybe digestive concerns. If you can get your heart in coherence, it will influence your brain. And your brain, you've heard of brain-gut connections. Well, this is how it works. Heart comes first, though. The heart in place allows the brain to be in place, which allows for the influence on the intestine to be more of in a balanced way. So when stressed, anxious, mentally depleted, take deep, heart-focused breaths. Affirm what you love, the compass of your heart. Okay. According to your interests, if you want to learn more about stress mastering, I have a self-study course that I can take you through that if you're so interested. It's a 6-week HeartMath training with me, one-to-one there. You can also do something with the HeartMath Institute, but with my class, I integrate HeartMath along with nutrition and along with the fundamentals of actually letting you can say your innate essence begin to have a greater expression into the world. So it's a course in that respect. And then if you're interested, contact me at my MindSpring account or my phone number there. And I think I have a barcode there if you want to take a picture of that to make it a little bit easier.